On Varney Company, we've been talking a lot about the explosion in Social Security disability. My next guest says it is all about demographics. Dean Baker's here from the Center for Economic and Policy Research. All right, Dean, go. Make your case. It's demographics, not fraud, not back pain, not mood disorders. Go.
Well, it's a very simple story. People tend to be disabled when they're in their 50s and 60s. They're not often disabled in their 20s and 30s. And you have much more of the population who are now the baby boomers in their 50s and 60s. They're high disability years. This was predicted. You know, I went back to 1996 and looked at a prediction from the Social Security trustees, and we were actually running somewhat less than what they had projected. Now, that, of course, changed with the downturn. We had an explosion in disability after the economy collapsed, but that's, you know, people couldn't find work. A lot of people with disabilities, you know, they suddenly might have been able to work with a bad back before, and now no one wants to hire someone with a bad back, so they apply for disability.
Here's what I have a hard time getting around. 15% of the people on disability, or I should say claiming disability now, are for mood disorders. Now, you know, I can't square that with my concept of being disabled. 29% of claimants are saying they've got musculoskeletal problems. That's basically back pain. You can't prove that you've got back pain or not. If I declare that I'm an alcoholic or a drug addict, I can get disability.
No, you can't, actually. You cannot. You cannot.
Okay.
You cannot get it for being an alcoholic or drug addict. The other two cases, 60% of the people who apply for disability are turned down. Mood disorders, you know, you have people that are manically depressant. You might want to dismiss that, but you have people that can't get out of bed. I'm not one of them. You're not one of them. I thank God for that. But, you know, you want to make fun of people for that?
No, wait a minute, Dean. No, honestly, I would not do that. Of course there are people who are legitimately claiming disability because they've got a problem. I understand that. But are you telling me that there is no fraud involved here? Nobody's gaming the system. And that the level of fraud has, the level of gaming the system, if I can put it like that, has gone up as you accept new forms of disability and in the aftermath of the huge recession of 08 and 09.
We aren't accepting new forms of disability. That's one thing to make clear. But, you know, we have data on this. There was a recent study that came out from the University of Michigan. It was very carefully done. They identified people considered marginal cases. These are like 23% of applicants. Presumably these were the people with mood disorders and bad backs. You know, they aren't people, you know, who are dying of cancer or whatever. These were the people considered marginal cases. And they looked, a lot of them were turned down, and they said, suppose all of them had been turned down, what percent of these marginal cases would work? And they found that after 2 years, roughly 28%, a bit over a quarter of this quarter would work. But after 4 years, that fell to just 18%, less than 1/5 of this quarter. So look, there are no doubt cases of fraud, and insofar as you could identify them, that's great. Let's get them off the program. But you don't want to throw off people who are dying of cancer to make sure you don't have a person, you know, with faking a bad back.
All right, Dean, I'm with you. I'm looking for areas of agreement. And I think we can agree on this. The Social Security Disability Section program runs out of money in 2016. I believe that's accurate.
That's right. Disability is a designated tax. It's I should know the exact number. I believe it's 1.8 percentage points, half on the employee, half on the employer. This was predicted decades ago. So we're pretty much on course, and what we've done in the past is we've borrowed between the disability and the old age trust fund. You could do that. We did that back in '82 when the old age fund was literally out of money for a period of time. That's not a longer term solution. I mean, we're going to have to figure out, do you want more revenue? But again, you know, I'm all for cracking down on fraud. I don't know anyone who isn't, but you don't want to have terminal cancer patients dying before they get their disability.
That's a given. Yes, sir, that is a given. Dean Baker, thank you very much indeed, sir.